Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today we have a full off-meta build. Very niche build, to be honest, but absolutely different than what you normally would imagine endgame will look like. So yes, it is full health. It is rely heavily on the Gamma Gun as a primary weapon. It is using a Gauss pistol as a secondary weapon. It is using a dangerous syringer if necessary. Two-shot Gauss minigun for tagging on the events. If you feel like it, if you want to get all the tags, it's here. And there is Red APA, which is auto axe for these rare occasions that daily op requires you to kill enemies with melee. So this one works regardless of the build. And now, what this build is made of. First, of course, it is endgame. So we have all the special, all the level ups available. That's the base special before legendary perk cards. And then those are the legendary perk cards. We do have follow through for endgame damage boost on bosses. What rats? Yes, it's full health with what rats. We have Master Infiltrator for easy time hacking terminals, opening the doors. And we have legendary luck, intelligence and endurance to boost our special. So total of 15 special. And if you're watching endgame video, you know it doesn't really matter which legendary perks you have. You can move around your points to achieve the same total. And total is, as you can see, 3 strength, 8 perception, 15 endurance, 9 charisma, 6 intelligence, 15 agility, 15 luck. So what is here and why? Tank killer for extra damage, concentrated fire as we are using gunslinger, so this is a single shot. So with max out concentrated fire, every next shot 20% higher hit chance, which is great. There's grenadier. This one is for tagging enemies during the events when needed. If you don't care about it, feel free to swap. Then endurance. It is a stealth build, but as well very tanky if needed. So there is life giver. There is Ghoulish for healing, there is Adamantium Skeleton, so you never need to carry any Stimpaks at all. There is Cola Nut, that's for endgame boss fights, and Fireproof to be super tanky. Then Party Boy, of course, that's a combo with Cola Nut and special cola flavor, the dark one. Then Happy Go Lucky. That's all 3 perk cards needed. Cola Nut, Party Boy, and Happy Go Lucky for the craziness of extra luck. Strength numbers for mutations, Tenderizer for damage. Then Science, all Science perks, all 3 of those to boost damage with both Gamma Gun and Gauss Pistol. Even though those weapons do not do any energy damage, this perk works. There is no Demo Expert, as it's not essential. Small amount of explosions, even with a Gauss pistol, so not worth it, so I didn't include it. Then, under agility, Master Gunslinger is only rank 1, other Gunslinger max out, the Covert Operative is max out, the Sneak is rank 2, seems to be just sufficient. It can get lower if you will get like a Chameleon armor set. I don't have Chameleon armor, so I have rank 2 Sneak, Escape Artist, 1 rank of Gunfu, 1 rank of Adrenaline, and then under luck I am sharing Bloody Mess, that can help everyone, and I have 9 Charisma. I have Better Criticals, Class Freak, Curator, Star Genes, and Critical Savvy. Better Criticals, Critical Savvy, that's for boss fights, so we are covered for both boss fights and regular everyday combat. I will give you some samples how this build performs in a second. Now the gear itself and mutations. Mutations first. So mutations, I still have adrenal reaction, I just didn't bother to remove it. You can remove it, it's absolutely okay if you choose to. The mutations with this build, to be absolutely honest, it will work even you have all of them. One important, of course, is herbivore. You need the herbivore. This one is pretty necessary, otherwise you will not get extra perception from Sweetwater Special Blend. Now, the guns, my quad Gamma Gun is really bad. It's basically quad, it could have been 1 star pretty much. Then I have a nice Vampire Gamma Gun, The gamma guns come with deep dish and sharpshooter's grip. They are all a single shot, so Gunslinger works with them, and no, there is no real reason to go automatic. You can improve your fire rate slightly if you will go automatic on Gamma Gun, but it does not improve the AP cost. It increases it, so no, it's not worth it. Its Gunslinger version is better, and you don't need Gorilla perks. The anti-armor on Gauss pistol, anti-armor is the only thing that really matters on this one. Weapon speed doesn't work, and I would love to have VATS hit chance, but I wasn't lucky enough for that. 2-shot minigun, just 2-shot matters, nothing else. Then, armor, I am using a full set of solar. So I'm healing myself and all allies nearby, so full set of solar. The legendary effects are not what I would like. I don't really have a use case for life saving. Troubleshooters is good. Vanguards, I don't really have a use case for that. The one thing that I was lucky about is my torso, as it does come with fire resistance. That's useful, and I put on top of that asbestos lining. So with asbestos lining, I have even more resistance, and I have polymer for overall resistance boost. And for limbs, we'll go with shadowed and ultralight build, so better for sneaking. Now, from important consumables, we do have Sweetwater Special Blend to increase accuracy in VATS, 15 perception with those perks, it is boosted by perks, and then Nuka Cola Dark. Even though it's not listed, it gives incredible boost to luck. Just if you want to stack it with different alcohols for combat and you only care about luck, Nuka Cola Dark needs to be used as a first alcohol, follow up by different ones. So if you need Nuka Cola Dark, Liquid Courage, and High Voltage Hefe, I have this order of buffs on my list. Overdrive first, Psycho Buff second, Nuka Cola Dark third one, Liquid Courage fourth, and High Voltage Hefe last. This way I can get luck from Nuka Cola Dark, I can get fear immunity from Liquid Courage, and damage boost from High Voltage Hefe. So this is important. If you switch this order of alcohols or chems, it will not work as well, as some will override. And if you will have a problem with anything on this build, the biggest issue will be definitely the carry weight. That's the one thing that can give you the biggest issue. And here we have Gamma Gun in action with critical can one-shot pop as super mutants. So this is really good. Gamma Gun is honestly not for super mutants as much as I'm using it for flying creatures more, as well as in open spaces. As honestly for super mutants, I like to switch for anti-armor Gauss pistol, as that's what's enough to get your one-shot kills on super mutants, which is really satisfying. It does require charging though, so that's a minus, and when I'm going for that, I'm using my criticals. Basically when my hit chance normally is too low, I feel like I can miss, then I will pop a critical. I don't use critical otherwise, like if I want farther away, too low, I pop critical, so then I know it's a guarantee hit. If I would switch now for my Gamma Gun, it is silent, so yeah, Gamma Gun is silent, so absolutely okay with sneaking. As you can see, accuracy goes up quickly. That's without critical, it's 3 shots. If I pop a critical, it's 2 shots on level 100 super mutants. As you can see, the projectiles are a little bit slow, and there is a thing, like the deep dish, the difference between deep and normal dish. The deep one increases the range, therefore you have better accuracy, but projectiles are slower. And now the tanking part. If I don't sneak and he starts firing at me, I by no means squishy, and you can see the solar armor itself is healing me quite nicely, okay? I need way more enemies shooting at me to show any tankiness aspect of this build. Let's find some super mutants. Now we have a bunch shooting at me, that should be a little bit better. So that's the damage that they are doing. Still not crazy, because my stats by default, it's already decent amount of ballistic fire energy and radiation resistance, so I'm not easily damaged. My health without boost, it's over 400, so that's additional aspect. I do run adamantium skeleton, so my limbs are never crippled. My limbs are always fine, even though the solar effect do not heal your limbs, so this is not something you can use. But healing from solar armor is solid. It's not like invisible healing. It is very visible and works in combat, which makes it a really decent option for an endgame. That's what happens if I don't want to fight and they all fight me. Still low damage. It will be higher damage if I face like a turret in a silo, but I can still tank it. I can still survive a turret in a silo. And when I need healing, all I need to do is shoot my gamma gun. And radiation will heal me very quick from the Ghoulish perk. So that you can see in action, and that's how fast you can pop the gamma gun. So it's not a problem to kill targets even without sneaking, as gamma gun can be fired really rapidly. The fire rate is really good, so it's basically limited in how fast can you pull the trigger. The radiation itself is not really doing anything for you. It's the very minimum amount, but what does work is the high ballistic damage. The radiation is here for healing, so that makes a really interesting combo, as radiation damage is used for healing. So if I shoot up close, I will be hit by radiation, and that heals me, so I don't even need any stim packs. If the solar armor is not enough, I can use rats for healing. And now if I will face some flying creatures... Oh, that's a legendary Scourge Beast. That's nice. And maybe I will show you as well how well it will perform if I pop all the consumables. So if I go for the boost, and I have a lot of coffee to use during combat if I want to continuously fire without running out of AP like on the boss fight. Coffee will do that for you. So let's shoot some of those Scourged. Okay, pop all the buffs. So Overdrive, Psycho buff, Nuka Cola Dark. I don't need Liquid Courage here. High Voltage Hefe. So now my critical will be every other shot. So I can recharge criticals very fast. And let's stack Adrenaline a little bit. The Scourge is coming. She's coming. Now coffee. And Scourge Beast, open fire. Not enough coffee. A little bit more coffee. Come on, Scourge Beast. Get closer. So I can show the damage. Why you always fly away when I need to show the damage? Okay, look at that. That's the damage of the Gamma Gun versus Legendary Scourge Beast. And that's a full health build. That's something totally off meta. You run Gamma Gun for healing and for damage. And if you want even more health, by the way, you can have even more health with this build. All you need to do is small boost, like vodka will give you extra health, potato salad will give you extra health. Like I have 500 now, thanks to the Psycho buff. I can always go and pop vodka for another 75, so that's close to 600. I ran out of potato salad, but I could pop it. I only craft when needed, as I'm not currently using Good with Salt on this build. There's not enough room, but you can see how good it is for completely off meta build. I'm not gonna lie, I will not tell you that this is more powerful than the meta build that's everyone using, like a proper heavy gunner blooded or blooded commando, but it can absolutely about match the damage output of meta builds if used well, close to matching the damage output. And yeah, that's the build. I hope you will enjoy it if you want to try it. Something completely different than you would expect in endgame Fallout 76. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.